So today we are talking about camera operation, and I want you to sit back to enjoy this very video that talks so much about camera operation. The aspect we are looking into today is one very, the art of cinematography, which is camera operation. So sit back and enjoy this video.
I welcome you to Film Training Online. Today we are talking about camera operation. Camera operation. The basic subject we are looking into today under camera operations, we'll look into the camera operator itself, the camera operator himself. Camera operation is a very important arm of camera department. Let me start with this quote from one of my write-up, which says, "No light, no film. No camera, no record." Now, as a filmmaker, we all know that cinematography comprises of camera, light, sound, and designs. Now, I want you to know that if there is no light, there is no film, as you cannot see anything when there is light, no matter how bright, no matter how good, no matter how sharp your eyes might look. But if there is no light, then your eyes will see nothing. So the same thing is when there is no camera, then you don't have any memory, you don't have any record. You can't have any record, no matter how bright your light might be, no matter how shining, no matter how excellent you might have designed your light. When there is no camera, then you have nothing to be recorded. Okay, so as a filmmaker, you all know that cinematography comprises of camera, light, sound, and designs. What is camera operation? The camera operation is a process of assessing the camera and its other gears in achieving the desired product called picture. Now, these pictures are produced. These pictures are really made by the use of shots and all the settings you do on your cameras. Who is a camera operator? A computer operator is vast in the knowledge of all the tools, the shortcuts, the buttons, the packages, the applications, and so on that are involved in his computer. So you call it a computer operator because he understands everything about the computer is operating. So when you are talking about a camera operator, you are talking about a skillful personnel who understands every operation of the camera. A skillful personnel, or you can say a skillful technical personnel. A skillful technical personnel in filmmaking who understands every operations of his camera. So a camera operator operates the camera excellently well with the deep knowledge of all that makes up the particular camera he or she is operating. Now, I'll say it again. A camera operator operates camera excellently well with the deep knowledge of all that makes up the particular camera. The particular camera. Now, if you don't have 99% understanding of the camera you are operating, then you are not a camera operator. Now, so you need to take note of that. If you don't understand at least 99% of the camera you are operating, then you are not a camera operator. Now, you will remember that I said that he or she must have a deep knowledge of all that makes up the particular camera he is operating. Now, when you are saying somebody is an operator, it doesn't really mean that he can operate all type of cameras. He is an operator who can operate the particular camera that is given to him. He can operate the particular camera that is given to him, the particular camera that he is working with. Now, let me explain this. A cinematographer knows all the science of motion pictures. Take note, a cinematographer knows all the science of motion pictures, but an operator knows very well about the specific camera he is using. All right, an operator must not just know the general functions of camera. I said an operator must not just know the general functions of camera. He must know the specifics. He must know the specifics of the camera in his or her hand at the moment. A camera operator must not just know the general functions of a camera, but he must know the specifics of the camera in his or her hands at the moment. Cameras are the same in scientific principles, but they are very different, very, very different in operations. I hope you get that. I said cameras are the same, there's different type of cameras, and they are all the same. They are all the same in scientific principles, but they are very much different in operation. That is why a cinematographer will likely operate any type of camera because he knows the science. Because he knows the science. He knows the science of cinema. He knows the science of operations. He knows the science of cinema. Just as a good driver will drive both type of car system. The good driver can drive an automatic system cars, and he can also drive a manual system car. You can't control an automatic drive car the way you control a manual car. So, okay. Now, let me explain this. I said camera has the same scientific principles, but they are different in operations. They are all different in operations. Now, a red camera, Harry, Alexa or Harry, whatever, a red camera, the Harry, the Blackmagic, the Canon, the Sony, the Panasonic, and the rest of them, they are all the same in scientific principles. Their lenses works as the way lenses should work. Their viewfinder works as the way viewfinder should work. Their central control system work as the way their central control system, or the central control system in the camera should work. But they are very much different in operations. All of them are very different in operations. This is what I mean. The way you operate a red camera is totally different from the way you will operate a Canon camera. First, their buttons might not be placed in the same place. The same place you find the record button in a red camera might be different from the place you will find it in a Canon camera. So that makes the operation different. Now, the way you insert the lens into a red camera might be different from the way you will insert the lens into a Nikon camera. That makes the operation different. Now, some cameras call their ISO, which is referred to as gain. Some camera call it ASA. That doesn't change the scientific principle of gain. In terms of name, they are different because they are two different type of cameras. So, scientific principles is known by the cinematographer. So, who understands every principles around this camera. But an operator only understands the specific of the operation of a particular camera that he or she is working with. That is what I'm trying to explain. Just like a good driver would drive both type of car system, the manual, the automatic. But it only takes an operator who is only trained in operating a manual car to drive a manual car, or someone who is just trained in automatic car to only drive an automatic car. So I hope you understand that.